So, when I was organizing this with Max earlier this week, and actually about a month ago, we were deciding how we were going to do this. So, really quick, I want to step you through the process of tricking out your van. And there's so many great things about the bot system or the Systainer systems, organizational, and I'm going to take my time today and go through it so you understand how to set it up. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is this website right here. Look, SystainerSystems.com. Okay, you have a van. This is a Ford Transit. Is this the long wheelbase?
That's a long wheelbase, high roof.
High roof. Okay, so when you go on there, you're going to say, "Hey, I have a Ford." It's a. You're going to pick your. You're going to process your van. You're going to tell us what you have.
On this website, top right, you find a configurator.
Yep.
And this configurator helps you with
exactly
this organization system.
So what you do is you go to Systainers.com and you go to a tab that says, I wrote it here.
Outfit my van.
Outfit my van. And it's right at the top right. And when you go in there, we would have put Ford Transit, long wheelbase, high roof, right?
Yes.
And then what would happen would, okay, now we got to pick modules. Today we're going to talk about the modules. And then the next tab is picking all your accessories. And then the next tab after that, it's wicked easy. I did it earlier this week. And the next tab is a summary. So you know exactly what you're purchasing. In other words, you could do it all yourself. Hopefully you understand that. It's wicked easy. And okay, I'll go from there. Now, I'm going to open this up.
Open the treasury.
Let's open it up. Okay, and there it is. If you get any questions, just call Max. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Hey, and there's the other guy right there. That's Bill. He's my brother from another mother. All right. I think he can bench more than me. I'm just saying. Okay. So Max, you over here? Max is right here. Okay.
Coming from here.
Let's talk about when you go to the website, there's different modules to get, okay? And I had to wrap my head around this a little bit with the modules. And Chris, come on over here for a really quick second. I'm gonna step in the van, okay? You have a front left, you have a back left. You can do one, you could do the other, and then you have a back right.
A right rear.
A right or rear. And what you can do is when you pick that, some of them come with shelves, some of them come with rails, some of them come with drawers. They're the basic of the accessories. Okay, but these modules are what's wicked important about this. Because guess what? They're all made of epoxy coated steel, a heavy gauge, right?
Yes. Very protected for your wear and tear.
Wear and tear. I don't want to say they're totally scratch resistant, but they're pretty much that way. It comes with the square pegboard. It's called Perfo board. Perfo board? Perfo wall. I'm getting the nod from the big Bill guy. Okay? Yeah. And they're all pre-tapped. And you'll see a little bit more about this. But all of these modules are adjustable. The nice thing is these are tapped too. So this is like a number 30 Torx right here, and you can adjust them up and down for your needs. When I had mine, a Ford Econoline 250, I got it and it had all the racking in there. I had no choice of adjustability. And I went, okay, and then all of a sudden I started making other things for it, and I was like, it was a waste of space. There is no wasted space in your racks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Chris swing around the back because I want to talk about this. We'll come back in the van in a minute. Hey, you want to see something really cool? I know this is part of the van, but check this out. See how that holds? I wish I had that on my Econoline. Look how that bumps out. Okay.
But may I step in quick to make this clear?
Yeah, shoot.
Customer or people who would like to get this racking, they don't have to get a fully equipped van. They can start with one module, like Zach explained. We have the right rear, we have the left rear, and we have the left front, and you can start with one. As your business develops, as you get more tools, guys or ladies, you know how it is. You know, there's a new nice Festool coming out. You want to get it, but where to store it? So you can start just with one module, which contains all your current tools and equipment. And as your business develops, as you get more tools or whatever, you can add to this. Of course, from the very first beginning, if you have so much equipment and tools, you can fully equip and get the whole set. but you don't have to.
And the nice thing, this is what my learning curve on was this, because I was like, oh my God, how does this attach? When you order a module, it works off all your pre-drilled system. It comes with the brackets to attach it. And when I say pre-drilled, come over here, Chris. Like this Ford right here is already tapped. Okay, the brackets come with it. Stay right with me, Chris. The other thing that is so important about the system is right here. Did you see at the bottom where it taps into the bulkhead or sidewall? Okay, or door frame here? It's all tapped already on this Ford. You know what's really cool? Is it doesn't drill down into the floor. There's no drilling into the floor. Now this is so important, and I keep saying it's so important, because you know what's coming are those EV vehicles. You could take this and bring it into an EV vehicle right away. We have bought, and Systainer Systems has that forethought to say, man, we know a lot of tradespeople are going to be getting EV vehicles. They can't drill into the bottom, because guess what's in the bottom? The batteries, right? Okay, so I don't know about you, but I don't want to drill and accidentally hit a battery. One of two things is going to happen. I'm going to ruin the battery, or I'm going to ruin me. So it's a real safe system. I keep saying plug and play, but it's all pre-drilled. It's really rugged. There's all kinds of ways to attach things.
So as easy as the configurator is, as easy is the installation, because literally it's a self-fit module. You can install it by yourself. Like Seth said, it's a no-drill solution. We use like already existing attaching points. Here in the Ford Transit, there are several holes which already have a thread in it. Some other vehicle types don't. They just have like you see here, cutouts. But what we have then for this option, we have some void brackets, cool. And we create our own attaching and fixing points. So still no drilling, no cutting, no additional modification needed to the vehicle. Oh. And look, gravity works as well in the van.
Look how strong the system is.
Yeah. So these are the void brackets.
I couldn't have planned that any better.
A hole with a thread, you get those, and it's still like a self-fit, no drill, no modification.
What's that in your hand?
And this is to connect frames. Like I earlier said, you can start with one module and then add another one. Here, these are the brackets to attach frames with each other. So whenever you want to get a next module, you just get one of those, or two, or three. I don't know exactly how many are in the packages, and then add another frame and extend your storage unit.
Okay, Chris, stay right there. Okay. All right. Max, I'm going to have you right here.
Sorry.
Now, this is going to come full circle to last year when we did Generation 3 Systainers, when we started to, bring them in and incrementally bring in this Generation 3. Just to make sure that T-Lock still incorporates and you can work with Generation 3. But the big thing for me, because I knew about bot, is say we have this module here, okay? See this right here? You see this? This bracket? That's part of the module. The thing is look, this is the M series. This is what T-Lock is, the M series. But we came over here and introduced L series, and look how it fits in the module. It was designed in conjunction with bot, the Generation 3, and also because of that rail, yes, you've seen at Festool, we have these that you can put on your plywood boxes if you build them, but these have always been available with bot, and look how Generation 3 slides in there now. Okay, so
since
you can...
this racking is professional.
Yep.
I hate seeing this not...
Yes. Oh, you are German. Okay, but you know what? Say you're all filled up in your M style. Okay, and this is one of the organizations. Look, I know, and that's the beauty of the Systainer. It's labeling. I know I'm going to the job. I got all my stuff in here. It's my toolbox. And I think some of you may have remembered, I talked about the old toolbox. This was up. And the handles on the old T-locks folded back. Well, the reason we did this is because going into the bot system, you could push it in and the handle will fall down. All right, but look. See, let's say I need some extra room. You know the M's can lock to the L's. So it's quite the system. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, he knew
course
it.
I did.
He always knows everything.
And
But
you know what I would like to add?
What?
It looks so simple to get everything out because it's light. You know
Yes.
what else is lightweight? The whole racking.
And that's important too. And remember when I said EV vehicles? You will get a longer runtime on that charge because you don't have all that weight. And speaking of weight, one of the things I saw when I was looking at this, because I'm thinking about other trailers I've had or other vans I've had, I automatically look at it and go, I'm going to make my bays out of plywood. And you know, you could take these and put them in there, right? But guess what? Put all that plywood in here, there's a ton of weight in there.
If you go now to the gas station, I get an elevated heart rate seeing all these prices. Imagine then, you know, your mileage when you have an e-vehicle. Of course, you need lightweight equipment, lightweight installations. That's what it is for. And even now with all those craziness going on the gas station,
He's got better
Start
shtick
sweating.
than I do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, hey, it's hot in here. Okay, so I want to point out a couple of things also. See this right here? This is a liner, okay? That will be available shortly. Look at this floor. That'll be available shortly as well. So pay attention to the SystainerSystems.com website and the accessory tab. Okay, the nice thing about this is the flexibility.
it is actually created to offer our customers or the people to be modular, flexible. Like we earlier said, you don't have to stick with one or whatever module you get. Later in the second video, when we talk about the accessories, we will go more in detail on this. But like you can assess it so many times, like take a shelf out, add rails.
What if I want a
take
drawer there? Look, I could take a drawer. Look, they have drawers. Okay. Oh, look, it's this light. Hey, Mo. Everything. A place for everything and everything in its place. So you're going to be more efficient.
Exactly.
And I didn't want to show this, but I'm gonna, because this is so cool. Okay, so come over here.
The most valuable thing.
I think so. So look at all the hangers that are going to be available, and they go in and they actually lock. They don't fall out, and I just take it like this. And Max, you know how to turn this better than I do, right? But look at this little tool, and look, that's how I get this out of here.
Not all the way, a little bit tilted.
There you go.
Come on.
And that's how you take it out, and you can lock them in. And this tool is awesome.
But
so there's all
we
kinds
will
of stuff.
Definitely tell about this more in the accessory version.
Oh yeah.
What the main point is again, what you can see here, you know, there's no dead space, there's no waste space, and that's even with the shelf, with the drawers. This racking is like equipped with more space efficiency than any other equipment in the market. That's what I really would like to mention, because you pay for something and you want to get a use out of it and not pay something for empty air.
I got a question for you. What if I get in an accident? What's the crash test rating?
Actually, it is crash tested with like a European standard. It's called ECE R17 or something.
Oh yeah, the
Basically
old
what they
Easy
do-
RC 714.
It's all easy.
Yeah.
No, it is crash tested. I'm not sure if there's any other racking out which actually comes with like a safety standard or
It's
something.
very safe.
But it got fully equipped, fully loaded, and they, you know how it works on a slide, run it against a
Think about
wall or
this.
something, and there's actually, it keeps your that's most important, the people in the van and your equipment safe. It didn't came out from the attaching or fixing points.
Yep, it's solid, isn't it? Boy.
Just to ensure our customers as well with getting like a nice
it's-
organization system,
I like it that
like
it's not into
safety
the.
and security. That's of course most important to us.
Yeah, I like it that it's not into the deck. It's not drilled in there. And I'm thinking about vans that I've seen that have been in accidents with plywood. It's not plywood anymore. It's a bunch of splinters.
Plywood is
and
not made
it's
for
pretty
motion,
much
yeah.
right off everything. This is a nice, safe system, and it's got a good crash rating.
Of course, people are skilled to build most amazing things because they're handy, they're skilled, and whatever, they can create all kind of stuff. But yeah, we wanna give them this safety and of course space efficiency, and then no worry about modification, lightweight, you know.
Oh yeah.
Keep your money in the pocket, don't bring it to the gas station. Of course, e-vehicle.
Man, it's hot in here. Okay, let's step out. Chris, can you step out? Because we'll finish up out here. Important, I'll say it again. It's www.Systainer Systems of North America. Max, we got a piece of racking here.
Oh, exactly. We just want to show.
Watch, we'll show you
how
this really
simple
quick, how
actually
simple it is.
The installation is
Up
turn it
top.
the other way around.
Man, I'm a good handyman, aren't I? Oh, check that out. I didn't even
So you
see
get
those.
like your order shipped to your house or wherever you want it, and then, of course, the foundation. Maybe we didn't make it clear. Frames and brackets. That's all you need to create your racking, and then of course the accessories. But what? Let me show how simple this
Yeah,
is.
go do it.
You have those fixings. You add them here and here, and then I have some miracle in my pocket. I'll give you one.
Oh, there we go. Oh, you're gonna make me work. Oh, wrong one. Where's the other nut?
Let me get this in.
It's okay.
Right. And then.
Oh, look at that. Let's swing it over. Man, I think I'm a pretty good helper on here, huh? Let's go. Okay. And do we have a drill?
Of course.
Oh, look how handy that is. Right on the end, on the perfo. Look at that. Oh, man. And you have to have a Festool TI-D18 impact to install it.
Without Festool, you can't attach this.
That's right, without Festool. He's got good
that's at the
stick. He's got good. Look how easy that is.
And you see this?
Yep.
Satch has more muscles, but look at my tiny
Oh,
guns.
man, look at
Even with
that.
my tiny guns, you can install those.
He's got guns.
Lightweight again, and that's all you need. Of course, then attach it to the side wall with either void brackets, depending on the vehicle you get, or here in the Ford Transit, the holes already have threads. The same as here. Take your bolts, attach them, and done. And then you already can play around with your accessories and create your setup.
Now, this was the original one I owned, okay, and it had 3-inch wheels, locking casters. This is one from home. I already broke the locking pad on that one, but this one locks here. But then we had these little tabs here. So when I had a classic Systainer, I would put it on here like this, and I would lock these little green tabs in here. And it was kind of, okay, I guess, right? And it worked. But then we came out with something called a T-lock, and the T-lock doesn't lock on here. Oh, no, wait a minute. It does, but he had these green tabs, and these things would break and, you know, snap, get a little dry rot on them. But then what we did is we betted it, because you guys were saying, hey, listen, those wheels are a little bit small. Could you make them? So we put 4-inch casters on here. All right, and it works with T-locks. It works with Generation 3. Okay, the M series, because this is your basic bones right here. And what I liked about this, and I want to mention this is really important, is we don't forget about you. Okay? When we innovate something, we make sure that you can integrate it with some of the older things. Like the Systainers, you probably invested a lot into classics, and we went to T-locks. Well, guess what? You could still lock it in. And it worked with the T-locks, because the T-locks, let me grab one. Where are you? No, man, I'm getting, oh, here's a T-lock. Look, the T-locks still have these tabs. Systainers. All right, and it locks right in here. But the newest cart, I think it came out last year, okay? You'll see it's integrated with the T-lock here. All right. It still works with, you know, regular T-lock, but remember last week we did Systainer systems? We brought you into the van, and we showed you this part right here for Generation 3, how that works on the rails in the van, and the sizes match up for the van. We have M series and L series. And L series on Generation 3, we had to make this cart. It still has the 4-inch locking casters. It's built well, but you can see all these multiple tabs back here. Okay, so you can use the L series in here. God, I love that new toolbox, right? I can use the L series. Sparky, sit tight. Okay, good. It works with the regular older T-locks, but then I can also lock an M series on top of that one. And hopefully you caught that this week. So see, or I could take it like this with a cat. I'm gonna take this off, and guess what? The M series goes on there as well. So the new Sys cart, watch, look, see the innovation? Small wheels, tabs, larger wheels, and now the T-lock to lock it in. But also, It works with the XXL as well. Okay, and the M will go on here, on top of that if you want. So it's a, oh, wait a minute. That's kind of like a system of Systainers that works on the Sys cart. So always get a kick out of this. Spell check is notorious for this. When you're talking Systainer, it automatically goes to SUS, Systainer. And in 2003, I thought they were called Systainers, but no, they're called Systainers. Ready? SYS for system. Like Sys ports or Sys carts. Look, system cart. Woo! All right. So let's go right over here. I got my, okay, right over here. Look, this is known as a Sys Lite. And this is also innovation. And this one upgraded fairly quickly within 2 years, and I was always wondering why. So this is the original one right here. It had 6 LEDs. Be careful, Chris, I don't want to blind you. But you had bright, and it's just the button here I'm hitting, okay? And I've gone over Sys lights before with you. And I got that one, which is a little bit lower, and then this one. So on this one, we had it where it was like in high, okay, it's got a 7.2. This has a 7.2 volt battery in here. This amp hour is, I think, a 2.2, and this one's a 2.9 amp hour, the new one. Okay, it's got the hang hook, but the integral battery will also, if that dies out, you can also use an 18 volt battery on there, and it'll last a long time. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is the original. It had 6 LEDs. And it was revolutionary in my eye because it was just so bright. It had perfect Kelvin on it. I think it's around 5,000 Kelvin. That's what all our lights are, whether it's the Sys Light Duo and the inspection light. You could see in different lighting scenarios, you can see proper colors, like a yellow is the one that's notorious that you need the right Kelvin rating. Now, with this one, on the high, you got about a, I think it was a 1.5 hour time with the 7.2. And then in the middle, or the second setting, a little bit lower, which was plenty, you got about 4 hours. Well, what we did to upgrade or innovate this one, okay, is you have, oh boy, that's bright. Okay, wait a minute, it's even brighter. It's got 12 LEDs, all right, it's got a great span. But the nice thing is it went up to 2 hours and 10 minutes, which was a significant jump. But in the lighting on the low, you got about 5.5 hours, okay? So we upgraded them. We innovated them. We just didn't sit back and say, hey, this is a great light. No, we made it better. Okay, we also continued to do a job site light, which was the Sys Light Duo, and the inspection light. So we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep going. And I'll tell you what I was really impressed with is the Planex 2.0. The LEDs on that, the full surround, it's amazing. You can see the wall as you're sanding. So guess what? That's not just us. That's you being involved with our company and telling us, you know, hey, this would be a cool way to improve it. And guess what? It doesn't fall on deaf ears. We're that company that listens to you, the tradesperson. Okay, here's one that was kind of neat. This year? Or last year? No, this year we came out with the new rail. Okay, and I went through all of this already. And I don't want to repeat, but I'm going to repeat a few things because this is the original rail still there, okay? But we came out with this rail. It had the 3 holes in here. Actually, these 2 as well. So the 7 holes. These are for, you know, we saw you guys drilling them and hanging them on with a couple of screws here and there. But we made adhesive pads so those stick to a surface to clamp it so it doesn't move. The center hole, pretty simple. I'm going to a job site and you complained or you commented, you know, I'm going in like this and I'm always dragging my rails. What would be nice if that center hole went like right there and fit over so I can wheel my stack of Systainers on my Sys cart to the job site. See how it's a system, baby? All right. But what I wanted to talk about, and you remember I said earlier, sometimes I see something like, oh geez, here we go, something new. This, to me, was, I think, a great innovation. Because I always, when I was using a deflector and not wrapping the cord up around my arm or the hose, and I was using, especially when I'm using the 1400 on the MFT, see how that cradles it? But what would always happen? The cord would get in here, and I'd be in the middle of a dado, and it would stop, okay? So the new deflector, oh my goodness, is this thing great? It goes on just like this, but it covers up that secondary rib right there, the outside one. So now you don't have that catch point anymore on the rail. So it's little things. It's not always just the tools that come about and there's innovations on. Okay, it's the accessories. I mean, we could say accessories and consumables, paper. I've seen that change over the years. And everybody goes, oh, you're coming out with this number 2, what is it, Reuben 2. It's because the regular Reuben was working great, but a few things happened where we made it better. All right, I'm looking at my notes to see where I'm at. I am right on time here. Jetstream technology, you could go out on the web and see all kinds of great videos of how it works. But this is the pad, okay? And this is the paper. It had 8 holes around the periphery, right? And a center hole. So I used to tell people, oh, the fan and the Rotex is blowing air out through there. Look, there's no air can be blown out. What happens is air is being pulled through because of the spin of the pad, but also the dust extractor. And where's it being pulled to? It's being pulled from here. Look, the original Jetstream had 2 notches in the pad, okay? And those notches pulled that here, okay? And can we see that, Chris? Right there, there's a notch right on the side, and there's a notch right there. So what's happening is that's basically return air. So air's pulling in, it's dropped through the center hole, and it's pushed out. And then it's captured on these 8 holes on the periphery, okay, just like this. That's Jetstream, okay? So that air is pushing out here and pushing dust out here as you sand. It's absolutely phenomenal. So, next thing I know, I was like, how can we better that? Multi-Jetstream, I heard once. I went, what the heck is that? And this is the pad. Okay, here's the paper. That's multi-Jetstream paper. So I'm looking at 8 holes on the outside, 8 holes on the inside, and that's your center hole, okay? So I always would say, hey, Jetstream, the original pad had 9 holes, 8 on the outside, 1 in the center, okay? This one, that's the paper. But let's actually look at the pad, because this is what's really important. Our engineers made it better. Remember I showed you the 2 notches on the side? This one has 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? But let's look at this. It has the 8 holes here. And what was important with this, I'm gonna put this on here right now so you can see it, okay? What was important is, as I was sanding, I was coming over the edge, those outer holes needed some help. Okay, so that's what the 8 inner holes are. But, see, that's all in there, right? But look what was in between. An additional 16 holes. So what was happening is inside the pad, that air through the 4 outside notches comes in, and some of those drop in between the pad and the paper. So it keeps those hooks cooler. So what happens is the pad lasts longer. The pad, not the paper, lasts a long time because of Jetstream, but also those inner holes go in between the loops and the hooks, keeping them cooler so you don't wear out the pad longer. We made it so you would, what? Be more productive and not go through a boatload of pads. Follow? We made it better for you. Now, I thought we were done. Then I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago, I hear multi-jet stream 2. I go, oh, how can we make it better? Oh my goodness gracious. It's amazing how much better it was. I really didn't think we could. So I looked at this and I go, I got some paper and I saw it in the back and I went, oh my God, look at all those holes. But then I looked at the pad and I went, ooh, that's just a few of them. Now this is my demonstration pad, okay? When I look at the red ones here, and look, let's look at the back, and I'll take it over, look at the red. That's the dust extraction. The blue, okay, is where it's cooling. That's your center hole. And let's look, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 notches on the side to bring that air in, to go to the center hole, but also drop it between. So there's 4 that drop it to the center hole, and the other ones drop it in the center hole, but in between too. So that pad will last longer, okay, and you'll have better dust extraction because you have, look, 8 outer, 8 in the middle, and 8 in the inner for dust extraction.